invented WLS, and these players have so much hype behind them. Oh my god, I am so excited for this, man.
Me too.
All right. So
Me too.
Me three.
I think it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how this matchup is gonna play out, but I'm just excited to watch it. A lot of big name players on both teams. I think it's just gonna be fun.
all right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that Q button to determine which map is going to be the first map of this best of 5 series to see who gets third place in GCD TV number 8. Be sure to stay tuned for after the tournament, guys, as we do have announcements for you for tournament number 9, because we do these things weekly. And the very first map of this best of 5 is going to be on Grand Arena.
And Bahjeera is in the game. He did not sub out this time around.
Hey, go ahead.
I feel like the typical strategy for KFC is probably going to kill Chanimal's pet a lot.
Yeah.
Like force him to get the Void Walker, that way Borngood doesn't have to deal with the counter spells, and just pressure Chanimals a lot. But Chanimals is known for being able to deal with that kind of pressure very well, so
yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. It's going to be one of those matchups where the KFC has a lot of upfront pressure, but as the game goes longer, it's going to be harder and harder for Borngood to sort of deal with the pressure. You know, Smexon's going to be bouncing between Bahjeera, Ssds, and Borngood, just pressuring everyone. No one will be safe. I think a lot of this will come down to how much this KFC can really force this WLS defensive in the opener.
Mm-hmm. And Bahjeera is hanging back. He's not going to be recklessly going in just yet. Bragok in the center of the map. They're just going to ignore the pet for now. Possibly throw out a fear here onto Cdew. He's trying to get it, trying to fake maybe the pre-tremor. He's not throwing the fear into the tremor. Great play from Bahjeera there. He fakes the tremor. He's going to land the Stormbolt, maybe a trap out of this. Ssds, though, has the haunt on himself. Full trap lands onto Cdew. Great opener so far. Chanimal's getting pressured very hard in the center of the map by Ssds. Bahjeera finally connecting with that charged Bloodthirst, but he does get Shadow Fury'd out, but Wyvern Sting onto Smexon. Not going to get tremored by Cdew there, and Chanimals is taking so much damage, down to 49%, but the recklessness comes out from Smexon. Borngood has to pop the Avenging Wrath with the Aura Mastery just to play catch-up. 40%, and Tenderloin did get locked out there on his healing surge earlier, but those remaining healing surges are going to come crashing in. The Stormbolt does land. He has a grounding totem in the back here, so he does manage to actually reflect the trap there. So great reflect from Smexon. That's going to counteract a lot of this pressure onto Chanimals.
This KFC really wasn't able to force much. I mean, Chanimal still has his heals, he still has his trinket. Cdew has both Spirit Links, Ascendants, his trinket up, and this KFC is just under so much pressure right now. Borngood down to around 50%, Ssds down to around 40%, and this is what Smexon wants. He wants to be able to just push on anyone he wants, just pressure on everything. But Chanimals into the full Hodge does get dispelled. The heals do come out. Cdew into a DR trap, and Chanimal is getting counter pressure quite hard here. Down to around 21%, could be an execute range, down to 18%. Borngood into the bubble, just so much pressure everywhere. Cdew desperately trying to top off Chanimals, but this could be the point of no return for Borngood.
Yeah, he had to use his bubble there. He gets locked out on the flash heal. He's trying to play recovery mode, but Ssds is just getting destroyed here by Smexon. He gets the deterrence up. Bahjeera into the Blood Whore. Now the Haunt's going to connect onto Bahjeera. He activates the die by the sword, so there's no potential swap to him, but the dots are doing the work. Even Sacrifice coming out, but Borngood's just going to take all the collateral damage. There's the Shadow Fury, 18%, as long as Smexon can connect, but he's just sitting on to Ssds for now. He forces the deterrence once again, and Borngood in desperation mode trying to pick his team up. He uses the bop here. He's trying to fake the counterspell out from Chanimals, but he's just not able to. He's going for the instant heals. He does fake the counterspell. He might be able to recover here. Ssds with the Haunt, Smexon with the Avatar, but a Stormbolt onto Borngood. Smexon connecting to him. 19%! Execute connects! At the same time, though, Chanimals gets forced into the Spirit Link. Cdew's not going to be fooling around. Just drops that down to guarantee his victory here on the Grand Arena.
Wow. That was insane, man. I thought Chanimals was dead, man. I really did. Let's take a quick look. I think I might have the replay available for that. Let me just double check here. Look at this entire KFC. Everyone is just so low. Borngood just trying his very best to keep him up. Borngood, he goes into that fear, though, interrupts him from casting, and that's all she wrote. Smexon gets that execute, puts him in the ground. But this KFC, man, they definitely have shown that they can do enough pressure to this WLD, or I'm sorry, yeah, Warrior Lock Shaman. to land a kill potentially. I mean, we saw with the Restoration Druids, those hard swaps, they can global something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when a Bahjeera pops out Recklessness and Avatar, it's really scary, but at the same time, Tenderloin or Cdew didn't use anything. They, I mean, during the opener, Chanimal did such a good job of kiting, he didn't have to use any defensive cooldowns at all. He didn't use seals, didn't use Trinket, just used that Shadowburn port very well.
Alright, man, so it is the Lord Has Returned map choice, and they have chosen Dalaran Sewers. I'll see you guys in there in just a minute. Alright, here we go. This is map choice by Lord Has Returned. It's a smaller map, so they're looking for that. But I feel like they didn't choose Ruins. Why do you think they chose Dalaran over Ruins? Do you guys know?
I don't think they want to go into Cdew's dungeon.
Well, I think that's part of it, but also Borngood has somewhere he can play safe here, whereas on Ruins, Chanimal's just on top of him. He doesn't have any LOS to avoid those fears.
Oh.
On this map, he at least has some box to hide behind, which is nice. Yeah, it's already a nightmare for Holy Pally.
Yeah, to heal through Warlock pressure like this, especially with your Hunter and Warrior going so aggressive onto Chanimals here, but they definitely need to land that early CC onto Cdew, force the cooldowns. Like we were saying last game, they didn't force a lot in the beginning. They did manage to do a lot of damage to him, so if they can get that CC, they could easily pull off a kill here onto Chanimals if they decide to go that path once again. A Fear onto Borngood. He's actually going to trinket that immediately. Stormbolt onto Cdew there. The Wyvern Sting is going to be landed on that. Hodge onto Chanimals. I believe he trinketed out of that immediately and portals away with the Soul Burn. He's going to be sprinting at fast speed, but Bahjeera with the heroic leap in hot pursuit. He's going to gateway backwards, though. The trap lands on a Cdew. This might be it for Chanimals if nobody reacts properly. 30%. The Dark Regen comes out. The Spirit Link is dropped by Cdew. He managed to escape with his trinket, but that's way more cooldowns than last game.
Yeah, this is a much better opener for the KFC here. Borngood already used his trinket, though, and used that Avenging Wrath. He's really trying to keep his team aggressive. But, I mean, he's not going to have many cooldowns left after that. The pressure is going to start building up by this WLS. I mean, Chanimal still has his Demon Soul up. Smaxin has the Avatar up right now. And Cdew still has his Trinket Link available. Borngood taking an unbelievable amount of damage. Smaxin actually reflecting SSD's trap. Very well done with him using that Mass Reflect. And Borngood under so much pressure, he doesn't have too many healing cooldowns left except his bubble. And if they force that here, could be the end of the game very shortly after. Down to around 70%, 1%! And gets locked out and just killed. He gets locked out on that fast Divine Light, I think it was.
Yeah.
Let's take a look and see if I can catch that lockout real quick into this replay here. Watch Borngood. That is saved by the light proccing there for him, and he's just taking so much damage. There's the Word of Glory. He's just trying to juke non-stop, just juke. He's sitting so low. He sacrifices, and there's the lockout, just like you said, on that fast cast, and that's all she wrote. Couldn't get any of those heals out. Got execute range, and Smexin presses that execute twice. And there he goes. And that is going to be 2-0. But these games, I mean, every single time I see the Bahjeera's KFC make a swap, I feel like something could happen. But Cdew definitely playing very well, like he always does. So it's going to be, let's see what the next map is going to be. Do you think they're going to continue to use Dalaran, or are they going to switch it up? Ooh, they did switch it up, actually. So the next map of this best of 5 series, these guys, this is a hard team for them. It's going to be on Ruins of Lordaeron. It looks like they're just kind of go for it.
Yeah.
All in SCVs.
Yeah, SCV pull right here. 6 pooling proxy gateway. Every single kind of cheese in the book on this map, I think, is going to happen. Cdew might need to watch it. He might be the target here on this map, even.
Yeah, let's see. So it's Ruins of Lordaeron. Alright, boys, Ruins of Lordaeron. This map is chosen by this KFC. They're looking to make something happen with this map. They're looking to make, I feel, are they going Cdew?
Honestly, I'd really like to see them play a little bit more conservatively and kill off Chanimal's Observer. I think that's really their only chance. If they're going to all in, they're going to lose eventually. But they played a little bit safer and they kill that Observer. It's going to free up Borngood to do a little bit more healing, and they could actually last longer and force Chanimal's a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, the interrupts are what ended up killing Borngood at the end of that game. Ssds is actually playing survival this game, not beast mastery like he would normally be playing. He's already chunked to 50%, though the safeguard comes out from Bahjeera. He might be forcing a deterrence just as I say that 30%. Borngood coming out of the CC finally pops the Avenging Wrath, going to top off Ssds for now. Chanimal's being pressured fairly hard, but Cdew and him are going to gateway back to the tomb. Bahjeera trying to reconnect to the best of his ability, but Smexon is doing a great job spamming the hamstring and keeping him slowed while Chanimal's kites, but that's a full trap landed. Fear onto Smexon, and Chanimal's here. The Murder of Crows coming out as well, dipping him to only about 70% HP, not getting a lot done unlike last game. Wyvernsing onto Smexon, he's just going to trinket that to keep the pressure rolling. Hodge onto Chanimal's there, he's going to trinket, the denounces are flying, an explosive shot lands, it's going to be blowing Chanimal's up right now. Cdew has to use the Aura Mastery, he gets trapped on his Aura Mastery cast, he's going to portal back to the room, and in the meantime Ssds is almost in execute range. This might just be it. Deterrence at 19%. Cdew going for that cheeky hex on a Borngood, and that's going to connect.
It's going to break immediately, but Smexon just on Borngood. The Stormbolt comes out, and Borngood going to have to bubble. And I mean, after this, he has no Avenging Wrath. He's just getting his whole team's so low. I don't know if he can top everyone off in this bubble, and he isn't able to. He's out of the bubble at around 40%. Hodge comes out. Chanimal's still under a lot of pressure, but this is going to be over soon for Borngood unless they can kill Chanimal soon. They're doing a lot of damage to him, though. The heals comes out of Chanimal's, and he's still just pressuring their whole team so hard. I mean, Smexon and Chanimal's doing an unbelievable amount of damage, and that's why WLS is so scary.
Yeah, Wyvernsing onto Smexon, it's not getting tremored, and he's going to have to sit through that with his avatar, so good peeling from Ssds to try and help Borngood recover here, but with no trinket and no bubble Avenging Wrath available, he's going to have to bop himself and use that Avenging Wrath immediately, trying to top his team off. He's just having such a hard time healing to this raw pressure. There's the Murder of Crows onto Chanimal's. The Hodge does get dispelled by Tenderloin, aka Cdew there. The Avenging Wrath is up for about 15 more seconds, so Borngood should be able to keep his team alive, but it's definitely a struggle. Chanimal's gateways back to the room here. Bahjeera trying to connect back onto him. The Piercing Howl, the Black Arrow comes out, but Ssds in the meantime, no deterrences left. He gets bopped with the Save by the Light, but another Hex from Chanimal, or sorry, Cdew. He does get trapped though. He does have his trinket available. He's choosing not to use it. Chanimal's kiting here, kind of in the open. Bahjeera just can't connect to him though. And in the meantime, Borngood getting pressured here by Smexon fairly hard, dipping to about 30% HP, 50%. The entire team starting to rot, but either way there, Cdew dropping the Spirit Link. I believe Borngood managed to fake the counterspell there, but his Save by the Light's going to proc just from the Corruption and Agony, and this could be it for Ssds. 20% HP, disengages to the center of the map, but Rallying Cry is going to fall at the same time with Murder of Crows. The Aura Mastery healing surges, it doesn't matter. Borngood goes down. The WLS pressure is too strong, but Bahjeera with the execute, not going to be able to take down Chanimals in a glorious 1v3 that it would be if he did. But really well played. Sony invented WLS, taking down the Lord Has Returned and securing their third place spot.
All right, there it is.
That was a lot better of a game. That was well played by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you so much. Oh, sorry. I still have my thing playing. Let me just go ahead and turn that off. Thank you so much to both teams, Cdew and Smexon, Chanimals, Ssds, Hikari, Bahjeera, and, of course, Borngood. Thank you guys so much for coming and competing. You guys have been awesome. I hope you guys come and compete again in the near future and support GCD TV. But we have the finals coming.